Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the sound of defeat, loss, anger. Yes! The feeling of victory, success, overcoming. What if I told you that in every situation, you can be the victor? See what I did there? You could be the victor in your own life. Webster's dictionary defines a victor as one who has overcome adversity to achieve success, one that has defeated an adversary. They have overcome. And with every situation, we always think of victors as an athletic situation. Maybe I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan, hitting that game-winning shot for the LA Lakers as they win a championship. Or maybe you've thought about an Olympian that is swimming and they hit that post right at the perfect timing before the other swimmers in an Olympic race. Or maybe it's MMA fans out there, that guy who hits that perfect roundhouse right as it hits the jaw of their opponent, knocking them out cold. And all of those will be true. They are victors in those situations. But we can also, if we're truly going by the definition of what Webster's dictionary has, a victor is an adversary that you've defeated, something that you've overcome. So it doesn't have to be a physical opponent. It could be your own personal finances that you're overcoming. Or maybe it is your own job that you're fighting to overcome a challenge at work. Or for my high school students here, maybe an exam that you're working on that you want to really defeat. I think about those situations and what's the mindset that I need to truly be the victor in my own life. I can go back to when I was 16 years old, many moons ago. At 16, I was going to my junior year in high school, and I was on the track team the year before in that spring, my first year on the track team. And I was a fast kid. I was always in those sprints. So they called me the sprinter. And the sprinter would run short races quickly. Well, the next year in my junior year, my coach, Coach Imperial, was also the cross-country coach. For those of you that don't know what cross-country is, that is the long-distance runners. Those are usually 5 to 10K races that you're going to run, and they're not on a track field. Those are held in a park, on a beach, in a hill, on concrete, all these different ways that you got to run that are not on smooth terrain. It's typically in the mountains or in the park where there's all these uneven terrains, hills, there's bushes, there's tree limbs coming down. You have to defeat all of those items. The moment that I adopted the mindset of being the victor in my life was when Coach Imperial said, if you're going to be on my track team this year, you've got to be on my cross-country team. Like, Coach, doesn't make any sense. I'm a sprinter. You got me running long distance. It makes no sense. He said, well, if you want to be on my team, that's what you're going to have to do. So the very first practice we had, I lived in San Francisco at the time. In San Francisco, if you're not familiar with it during the fall, you got two types of weather, either super hot and muggy, unseasonably hot, or blustering winds, cool temperatures, and overcast skies. Neither of which, for me, is perfect for long-distance running. But Coach Imperial says, hey, we're going out to the beach. And I know all of you are thinking it's romantic time, relaxation. No. All the team members on the cross-country team called it the Hell Beach. The reason it was that is because as we got out there, he said, take your shoes off. You're going to run in the sand all the way down to the dock. Well, the dock was about 3 miles down on the beach. So with every step, I'm digging up even harder out of the sand. I'm running over broken shells, broken rocks, and whatever vermin from the sea that couldn't make it back to the water. Pretty nasty stuff. Bleeding up on my bottom of my feet, but I made it to the end of that beach, to that dock. And I know why they called it Hell Week, because all of my breakfast came up that day onto the beach after I made that 3-mile run. Pretty nasty stuff. My first meet with the cross-country team, I ended up running 5 miles, or 5K, which is about 3.1 miles, and I came in 40th out of 50 runners. Then the second meet I ran, it was a 7K, and I ended up coming in 53rd out of 65 runners. So that third meet, I told Coach Imperial, man, this is not for me. I'm a sprinter. I just won't be on the track team this year if this is what I have to do. Well, he says to me in his very unmotivating tone, Victor, bet on yourself. And I'm now a motivational speaker, and if I could, I would go back to that guy and tell him that was not how you motivate an 11th grader to run. Or was it? I ended up going to the warm-up area, and as I'm doing my stretches, I said, Victor, bet on yourself. Victor, bet on yourself. What does he mean by that? And I came up with my own 3-letter acronym. The B would represent belief, because I had to start believing in myself a lot more than I was in those previous track meets. The belief that I could see myself crossing that finish line first before all those other runners. So the B in bet on yourself was going to be belief. So how do I do this? Okay, belief. What's going to be the E? Let's see, E. It's going to be effort. Put forth the best effort. Then that way, I cannot blame anybody if I lose. I've given 110% of my effort in this race. So what would the T be? Well, for me, Victor, bet on yourself. Belief, effort. The third one would be time. Give yourself time to grow into the greatness, the great runner that you could be. So literally, as I'm running in this next track meet, in this long distance, again, this is probably about 5 to 7K, I'm saying, believe in yourself, bet on yourself, belief, effort, time. Believe, effort, time. Believe, effort, time. And ultimately, that was the mindset that I adopted in every situation, not just this track meet, this cross-country meet. Well, you'll be happy to know that I raced in that meet against 50 other runners, and I came in at around the 15th place. And the rest of those matches for the rest of that season, I came in within the top 15. Now, you may be saying, well, you didn't win. Aha! But I overcame my own confidence, my lack of belief, my doubt, my impatience, because I started to bet on myself to be my own victor, not just in my name, but in my actions, in the things that I was pursuing, how I was going to overcome those moments of defeat, despair that I was having in that moment. And from that point forward, every situation that I've been in, I've applied that same thing. Believe in myself, give complete effort, and allow time for it to come to fruition. I would encourage all of you, and I challenge all of you, to find your own way of applying this same mantra to your life. Whether you're fighting your own career goals, your educational goals, your health goals, financial goals, you can still believe that you can overcome it. You can give forth the best effort possible, and then give it time. Let time be the solution for that situation. If you take that mindset, you've taken on a winner's mentality, one that will not be defeated with anything that comes your way, even if there's insurmountable features coming against you to knock you off of your game. You've got to have unstoppable belief, undeniable effort, and you have to have unwavering patience. Give yourself time to be the victor in your own life. Thank you very much.